Educational theories are an important part of what goes into education. This semester, I learned about a lot of them, but the one that stuck with me the most was the multiple intelligence theory. After taking the test, I found out that my major intelligence was interpersonal. This is going to help me tremendously in my educational journey because it's helpful when I need to communicate with people and build relationships. And in this way, I'll be able to build relationships with my coworkers, parents, and even my students. And it is also important for me to learn the intelligences of all of my students so that I know the best way to teach them and to help them learn in their educational journey. The socioeconomic status of our students is extremely important to their academics. One thing that they definitely need is good positive role models. It is found that students who lack these positive role models tend to behave poorly and suffer in their academics. But those who have good positive role models seem to do great even when they don't like the environment or the teacher that they are with. This part of the semester struck really deeply with me because I am currently a role model for an 11-year-old girl at my church, and I have seen through that relationship how important it is to have someone that you trust and can go to and just ask for advice. And this is the kind of teacher that I want to be in the future, a teacher that my students can trust and come to with the problems that they have and the struggles that they are facing. Cultural awareness is so important to our students' academic success, especially the learning environment that we create as teachers. This is what makes our students want to come back to our class every single day. When we have a positive learning environment, students want to be there, they want to be engaged, and that is exactly what I want to do as a teacher. This year has been really hard being online, but even virtually, we can create a virtual environment like the one through Bitmoji and still have a welcoming environment. This semester, I had a class, English grammar, that I so did not want to take, and it stressed me out. But the teacher was so great and engaging that I wanted to go to class every day and learn what he had to teach me. This is exactly the kind of teacher and learning environment that I want to create for my future students, one that they feel safe and engaged in. Wellness is extremely important for our students and us as teachers, especially the amount of sleep that we get. The right amount of sleep has been found to boost a person's overall mood, give us higher cognitive levels, and reduce the amount of stress we're under. All three of these things are extremely important when our students come to the classroom and when we come in to teach them. But when we get lack of sleep, we make bad judgment calls, and it's even a form of torture. This means that when students and teachers lack sleep, they perform poorly, and often teachers could lash out, and that is something that we definitely do not want to do as teachers. I know that when I have been sleep deprived, my brain does not fully operate through any of my decisions, and I generally make decisions that I wouldn't when I have rested well. And as a teacher, I want to make sure that I and my students are getting the correct amount of sleep so that we can perform on the top of our game. Another extremely important part of education is the personality of the students and teachers involved. Every person shows and receives love in different ways, as we learned through the 5 primary love languages this semester. My primary love languages are acts of service and quality time. I think both of these are very important for teaching, especially quality time, so that I can make sure that I give each of my students the one-on-one attention that they deserve. But it is also extremely important to understand our students' own love language so that we can support them in the way that they know best. Students are better to receive feedback and encouragement if received through their own love language. As teachers, it is important to reach our kids uniquely to them so that they are feeling welcomed and noticed for who they are. This is exactly the kind of teacher that I hope to be in the future.